Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Bruce here, traveling with Bruce. Welcome to the show for January the 13th, 2020. It's Monday night. How's everyone doing today? Hope you had a great weekend. Welcome to the new year. If I haven't wished you a new year already, traveling with Bruce live from Creston, British Columbia. I'm going to talk cruise ship news. Got some trivia today. Hope you're doing well. Cheers, everybody. I got my caffeine-free Diet Coke on the go here. All is well. Double check my phone, make sure we're live and running. I think we are looking good here. Yes, indeed. There it is. The show is on. Welcome, everyone, to TWB. It's nice to have you here. And let me just get this big-ass iPad up and running as well. There we go. Under videos, there it is. And there are people watching. Fantastic. Love it when that happens. Welcome all to TWB here in Creston. A few of you have already been talking to each other before I even started. Ex-Celebrity Cruises is saying hi, everybody. John LeBeau is saying hi to everybody. Hey, you guys. Harley Owens, hi, everybody. Vida, fourth comment. Dang, it's so close to the first. Gregory Toomer is in the house. How you doing, Gregory? Welcome to TWB on a Monday night. There we are. There's Gregory's comment. Hello from Utah, Vida saying, ex-celebrity is saying hello. Downhill, the down under cruisers. Hi all from down under. Welcome to the show. Ex-celebrity down under cruisers. I'm your first subscriber. Fantastic. Thanks. I'll be yours. Down under. Anyone on the chat cruising out of Australian port in the near future? Bruce, have you ever cruised out of Australia? I have not. I have not been to Australia. This is a bucket list of mine. Kirk Brunson, hello, Bruce and TLB family. Thank you, Kirk, one of my sponsor members. He's here. Peter Heckman, another sponsor member, is here. Hi, Bruce. TLB family, weather is great in Florida. Come on down. 83 degrees and setting records as we are at least 10 degrees above normal. You got to love that. Absolutely spectacular. Brittany and Take Her to Disney. Hi, Bruce and everybody. Welcome, Brittany. Masters Game. Hi, Bruce and the entire TWB family. Brittany, 21 days until my Disney college program begins, possibly by the end of the week. I'll be fully packed in terms of shirts, but not bottoms, not packed in the other things that I'll be needing. Brittany, you'll get around to it. Don't worry about it. Plenty of time. Masters Game, you must be very excited, Brittany. Megan Frost. Hi, everybody. Hi, Megan. Scott J, hello from all from Charleston. 6 days until Harmony, 112 till Mariner, 328 till the TWB group cruise. Right on. Looking forward to relaxing a bit this year. 328 days until our group cruise. Oh man, I cannot wait for that to come. So looking forward to getting on that ship. I hope you guys. I want you guys can join us. If you can make it, here's the ship we're going to be on, the Harmony of the Seas. We're going to be departing out of Cape Canaveral or Port Canaveral, basically. We're going to be heading to Coco Cay or Coco Key, however you like to say it. That's our first stop. And then we've got a sea day going to St. Thomas, St. Kitts, a couple more sea days working our way to Port Canaveral. Going to be fantastic. We're going to be on this big old ship right here. Lots of room, lots of things to do on board. And of course, perfect day at Coco Cay. I'm really looking forward to that stop. That should be great. I think this is a shot here of St. Kitts or maybe not. There's the Britannia, Pinot Britannia cruise ship. Yes, very much looking forward to this cruise on Harmony of the Seas. I can't wait. 328 days. Thank you for letting us know on that one. I appreciate that. Like I said, it's gonna be fantastic. Thank you, Scott J, for that very much. From Charleston, right on. Terry Gallant, Voice of the Seas, March 1st, 2020. It can't get here soon enough. I can hear you there. Megan, hi, Brittany. Masters Game, hi there, Megan. Rob Slevin, hi again, Bruce TWB crew, another sponsor member. Welcome, buddy. Megan Frost, how's everybody doing? Masters Game is saying hi, Rob. Rob, it's 46 here. Gas $2.12 a gallon in Lexington, Kentucky. Masters Game, it's good here in New York. Rob, Hey, Masters game, and hello, Sibley has arrived as a celebrity. Turning on my clock says 8:01 Eastern time, and let's see who else we got. Sheila is in the house. Hi there, traveling with Bruce. Hello, everybody. Down under, it's a smoky, hazy 29 degrees Celsius in Melbourne, Australia today. Boy, we have been watching, various media footage of the fires out of Australia. It is just heartbreaking. We just are shaking our heads up here in Canada and USA, Europe, I'm sure too. They're shaking their heads. And I did read today the report came out that another individual that was caught in that volcanic explosion. One of the people, may or may not have been a passenger on the Ovation of the Seas, I believe it was, passed away. The individual had been in critical condition from burns to his body, and hung on for 6 weeks. I'm not even sure exactly the date this happened anymore, and became the 20th official casualty of that fateful day, where people were caught on the island when the volcano unexpectedly exploded, and a number of people suffered severe burns to their bodies. Some over 90%, just tragic. And I'm so saddened about it. It really is a sad story. And as if Australia hasn't got enough to worry about, first, a whole bunch of Australians got caught in that event. And now we have this fire situation happening in Australia. It's just not been a good couple of months. What can I say? Mike Bush is here. Welcome, Mike, to the show. I'm glad you made it. Rob Bruce, you're so well lit today. Thank you, Rob. You've noticed the enhanced lighting. We're sitting on a brand new ring lamp here at TWB. My daughter, for Christmas, ordered me a ring lamp. She had it delivered by the mail service here to the house. It arrived today. Let me show you what it looks like. Let me just grab this webcam camera here. Let me just come around here and see what you can see. What I see. There I am. There I'm on that. I'm on there. Usually that webcam sits right here, but look what's above that webcam now. There's a ring lamp here. Oh my gosh, it's on its own stand. And well, what can I say, folks? I tell you, the wrinkles are real. The splotches, they're real, because this lamp now really shows it up. Let me get the camera back here on my computer, the webcam. There we go. And there we are moving up, boy. We're moving up in the world here with a ring lamp here in Creston, British Columbia, in Bruce's living room. Unbelievable. This show is becoming so professional. I can't hardly stand it. I can't believe you guys get it for free. It's incredible. Donnell, good evening, Bruce and all. Just gone 1 a.m. here, all well here in Cork after a big storm Monday. Big storms everywhere. There's a big storm systems moving up to the northeast in the U.S. We got a big storm a few days ago. We have a foot of snow outside. It stopped snowing yesterday, but we're getting colder. We're in a bit of a cold snap. Thankfully, we are so far south, being only 3 miles north of the U.S. border. Thankfully, I am not enduring what is happening just about an hour by car north of here. The weather is really cold. Calgary, where my daughter lives, where Jennifer and I like to drive to see her, it is going to be a 0 Fahrenheit, if not 10 below Fahrenheit tonight. In the next day or two, they might hit 25 below Fahrenheit in Calgary. Really cold. But here, we're only dropping to about 10 Fahrenheit, maybe 5, but 10 overnight lows, and daytime highs, 17 to 20. Still, that's cooler than normal around here by a few degrees. But we've been blessed so far this so-called winter season. We've really been in the 30s, mid-30s for the most of it. But in the last few days, we got some snow, got a foot of it. It's not going away right now. And it's cold, so it's going to stick around. Although we did have some beautiful sunshine early this morning. Made it look a lot warmer than it really is. But we'll take anything we can get. Adventures with Duncan. Good evening, everybody. Sorry I missed your sponsor show. Another sponsor member. Welcome, Adventures with Duncan. I'm glad you're here. We did an unboxing today where we unboxed this ring lamp on the sponsor member show. He's got a good excuse. Busy with my new granddaughter Very good excuse, sir. Troy H, hello there from California. Welcome, Troy, to the show and my channel. I'm glad you made it again. Nice to have you here, pal. What is this? Latrice Harris. Hello, Bruce from Chicago, one of my favorite towns. 34 degrees day. Glad I made it on the live show. Welcome, one of my many viewers from the Chicago area. Some of the most beautiful people in the world from Chicago. Welcome. Kay Trent, hi from Pennsylvania. Talk about nice people. Katja Cookie is here. Hi, Bruce. How you doing? Who else have I got here? Any news on cruise ships? In a moment. Brittany, take her to Disney. Let's all give Bruce a thumbs up. Plan B is here. I love your videos. Thank you, Plan B. It's Jason. How much to sponsor you? 10,000 a month. It's my starting offer. Who else is here? Joshua Williams. Hi, Bruce. Thank you for all your help. Thank you, Joshua, for following me. Sandra Van Buren. Hi from Kentucky. If you guys want to shout out, say hi to me. Hi from KC. Donnell. Hi, Sheila. Jeff Sume is in the house. Welcome, Jeff. Bruce TV family. We got snow in Seattle area today. It looks like snow all week in Seattle. Unbelievable. That's the weather we're talking about, isn't it? This is why Seattle is a seasonal cruise port. Weather just like this, we all get hit with something. Rob, been watching some reviews of Coco Cay and Harmony of the Seas. Looking forward to this cruise. Haven't been to St. Thomas in 20 years. Right on, sir. I think we're going to have some good fun here. Megan, is it wine time? My parents are on a cruise. My dad he keeps rubbing in the nice weather they're having. Yeah, it's wine time. Maybe get some wine. Try to deal with it. Grumpy, your son, is saying, I'll be on the Carnival Sunrise in 157 days. Right on, buddy. Peter Heckman, lightning looks really great. The lighting looks really great, Bruce. What did you do? That's a planted question. He's doing that on purpose. As a sponsor member, he knows perfectly well. I did an unboxing video earlier on my sponsor member show. But I love it. Thank you, Peter. MJ, hello, Bruce. Long time. Flying routes out of Istanbul currently. 11 days till home to Kissimmee, Florida. MJ, be safe. And thank you for being here today. Glad you could make it and pop in to see us. Kirk Brunson, 229 days from the breakaway from New York City to New England in the New England, Canada cruise. That'll be great. Haven't been able to cruise since 04, and hopefully we'll be able to get on one this year, says Persh 805. Welcome. Persh 805. Donnell, hi, Masters Game. Hope all is well with you. Jason, wow, you need a better mic. Well, one thing at a time. The Down Under cruisers, yep, the New Zealanders are suffering from the news just as much about the casuals as we Aussies are feeling from the fires. Absolutely. It's unbelievable. Celebrity, my friend RMS Olympic Productions lives near the affected area. Unreal. Who else have we got here? Rob Souter is here. Long time no see. Hi, Rob. How you doing, pal? Adventures with Duncan. Hey, Silva and Rob, everybody. Hellos all around. Adventure says I'm doing the 7 p.m. feeding. Oh, man, have things changed in that household? That's fantastic. Jake. Hello, Jake. How you doing, pal? Marielle Levesque. Hi, Bruce, everyone from Montreal. Welcome, Marielle. Nice to have you here. Brittany, she's got it right. They're so much fun. Babies are so much fun, but they grow up way too darn fast. Johnny V, bonsoir, Bruce. Hope you're staying warm. 20 below Celsius here in Montreal. Some beautiful people in Montreal, as always. Love that town. And yeah, Montreal is colder than Creston in the winter. Welcome all of you from the Belle Provence. Who else have I got here? Luana Hultquist. Just got a foot of snow coming tonight in, is that Wyoming? Love your last video. Hi, person from my, let's see, I'm raised in Louisville. Right on. Welcome, Luana. Terry Gallant, 6 below Celsius, 21 Fahrenheit in French Lake, New Brunswick. Gas, $3.33 US for a US gallon. I'm not far from St. John's, New Brunswick, which is a cruise stop in the Canada New England cruises from May to November. Yes, indeed. Beautiful city, beautiful people there too. Good food. Who else? Oh, man, Persh 805. We had 2 tornadoes here in Ohio yesterday. If it isn't one thing, it's another. That's crazy. Lawrence Lindquist, hello from Houston, Texas, the 60s and foggy. And Gotcha Cookie, hi, Bruce. I love your vids and your fun cruise talks. Thank you. About to get into the cruise news of the day. Let me just finish off the hellos. Felicia Hill, hi there, Bruce. Danielle McCray, good evening. Bruce from Tennessee. Welcome from beautiful Tennessee. Love my Tennesseans. Radical, what's up? My Ninja Bruce. Luana, people are going to be afraid to book a cruise with all the problems and cancellations. Sherry Sunsets is here. Welcome, Sherry Sunsets. Awesome travel. Nice to have you coming by. And Sylvan, one of my sponsor members, 20 below Celsius in Montreal. Yeesh, glad I live in Southern Florida. Former Montrealer. Daniel McRae, boarding the Mariner of Seas next Sunday. Fantastic. Ben Tran, boarding Liberty of the Seas May 3rd, 2020, and Carnival Horizon on December 6th, 2020, and Oasis of the Seas June 7th, 2020. Fantastic, Ben. These are going to be great times. Kirk Brunson, first vacation was a bus trip from New York City, Montreal. Love the town and nightlife. Yeah, I know what you mean. Beautiful, beautiful city with just incredible people. Always loved going to Montreal when I visited it as well. News of the day. Let me tell you what's going on. A couple of things happening, some of which you may have heard of, some of which you may not have. The big news that came out a couple of days ago was Royal Caribbean announcing that 5 cruises are going to be canceled for the Liberty of the Seas. This is an additional 5 cruises added on to already a downtime. The ship was going to be in dry dock already for 30 odd days, which means that the folks at the Royal Caribbean were probably spending 90 million or 100 million on the ship. Now they're adding 35 additional days of downtime to add to the dry dock, telling me that they're going to spend another 50 to 100 million more. So all of a sudden, Liberty of the Seas is going to get a possibly as much as a $200 million upgrade. What do you get for $200 million? A lot. You get a whole lot, and we don't know what that is. The cruise line isn't telling us what the dry dock will consist of. We just know there's going to be one of over 60 days, could be 65 days. Will the ship be in Cadiz, Spain for this or elsewhere? I'm not exactly sure. I had a feeling it was going to be Cadiz, but we'll wait and see what RCCL has to say about what their plans are for the Liberty of the Seas. This is going to be interesting. The last dry dock was 5 years ago in 2016. This dry dock will be March next year, not this year, a year from now. So that is 13 months and 14 months from now. The Liberty of the Seas will be into dry dock. Speaking of dry dock, another dry dock story, and that had to do with Holland America. Holland America canceled a cruise on the New Staten Dam for February the 1st. And that is because the New Staten Dam had propulsion issues about a month or so ago, had to cancel a cruise, even the second day of a cruise, even though the ship hadn't left port. The story was that the New Amsterdam was in Fort Lauderdale, unloaded her passengers in the morning, and then early afternoon, loaded up her passengers, and the ship could not leave port due to a propulsion problem with one of her azipods. And so the folks stayed on the ship overnight for their first evening. They didn't even leave port. The next day, by the afternoon, it was determined that the ship could not leave port. It had to be repaired, and the U.S. Coast Guard was not going to let the ship leave under the situation it was in. So all the passengers on board that cruise had to get off the ship. They were all given a full refund for the cruise. They were given a free future cruise as a makeup thing, which is not surprising for Holland America. This is just the way they roll. They take care of their guests incredibly. But they then took the ship without any passengers, crew only, and they worked their way over to the Bahamas, to the Freeport shipyard. And the ship was in there for 4 or 5 days for a repair. And it sounds to me like what they were able to probably discover was what the problem really was with the ship, give it a temporary fix, and order in parts that they needed to replace to make a permanent fix possible on the New Staten Dam. The ship returned back to Fort Lauderdale, to Port Everglades, and it did its next cruise. And it's cruising right now. But Feb 1 until Feb 7th, the ship it's going to end its cruise, go empty back to Freeport in the Bahamas. The parts needed for the permanent fix will be there at that time. The ship will be fully repaired between Feb 1 and Feb 7. Feb 8, it'll be back in Fort Lauderdale, and she'll be back in business. All passengers on the Feb 1st cruise were given the option of a full refund. How is that working? They could go on another cruise with Holland America, just shift over to another ship, and get a future cruise on top of that. Or they could get their money back and get, I think, a 50% credit on a future cruise, up to them. So another good deal, I say, for the affected passengers of the Feb 1 cruise. Next story for you is a story came out the other day from the cruise lines. It was kind of a cruise industry. I guess it would be like a cruise industry representative, someone involved with the cruise lines, and discussion was going on about the life expectancy of cruise ships. And I found this interesting. By the way, cheers everybody from TWB. Welcome to my show and channel today. We got trivia coming up a little bit later. Cruise liners, ocean liners. Some of them have lived a long time. Some of them have lived not so long, all depending on what's happened to them over the years. Little things like icebergs cut the life expectancy of the Titanic awful short, but the sister ship Olympia lasted a long time. The Queen Mary, the original Queen Mary, sailed for Cunard White Star until she was retired in 1969, and she now resides as a floating hotel in Long Beach, California. The Queen Mary was launched in 1933 or 36, something like that. She lasted 30 odd years. The reason that she stopped sailing was not because she wasn't working anymore, and not because the ship was in bad shape. The ship was in fine shape, but the price of bunker fuel was rising, and jets took over the transatlantic business from cruise lines. And so Cunard and all the other transatlantic runners were out of business by 1970. And so that's why that ship ended up where it is today. Modern day cruise ships is what we're talking about here. Cruise lines now expect a brand new cruise ship being built today to last about 40 years, 40 years. Typically, though, they'll run for 30. They'll run for about 30 years with a cruise line, with refurbishments every 5 years or so. Sometimes they have mechanical issues, sometimes they don't, but they're constantly maintained. And at the end of 30 years, it's not uncommon for, let's say, a cruise line like Carnival, for example. They'll take a 30, 32-year-old cruise ship and they'll sell it to someone else. They might sell it, they might send it off to work as a ship for another cruise line, either that they own, or most likely they'll just sell it off to another company. The outfit, I believe it's called is it Bahamas Paradise Cruises or Paradise Cruises, working out of West Palm Beach. They have two ships that run from the Bahamas and back to Florida and back. One ship is an old Carnival ship. The other one they have is an old Costa cruise ship, which is Carnival from Mediterranean. And those ships are now running these short 60, 80, 90-mile cruises back and forth between Florida and the Bahamas. Ships spend quite a bit of time at port, and then overnight they're at sea in international waters. They turn on those casinos, make all kinds of money at sea, selling drink packages and cooking up food, and then dropping passengers off back in Florida. Back to the Bahamas they go, back and forth, back and forth. Not uncommon for ships to do that. Pullmantur Cruises. Pullmantur is half owned by Royal Caribbean. It's a Spanish-based cruise line. Pullmantur runs 2 or 3 cruise ships right now. They are running former Royal Caribbean ships. The Grandeur of the Seas, by the way, which is a Royal Caribbean ship right now, she will become a Pullmantur ship in 2021. So that's her future. She'll still be sailing, but with the Pullmantur group rather than with Royal Caribbean. So cruise lines after 30 years generally have replaced these ships with newer, better, fancier, bigger type ships, and they retire the old ones. And so I did a video today that I released this morning talking about how cruise ships depreciate in value over time. The accountants in head office they write the ships down to 20% of their value after 30 years. That's usually one of the kind of posts that they have. They kind of some go down to 15%. A lot of them kind of hang around the 20% mark. If the ship is in good operating condition, still working for the cruise line, it's worth 1/5 what the cruise line paid for it 30 years ago. So I did a video today about the Symphony of the Seas, the latest, greatest, largest cruise ship in the world from Royal Caribbean. Not the newest ship they've released, but certainly the biggest. $1.4 billion to build that ship. It'll be worth $280 million in 29 more years on the books of Royal Caribbean. Now, the advantage that cruise lines do have about running cruise ships for years and years and years is that they buy the ship today for $1.4 billion, and in 15 years from now, let's say, the same ship to replace 15 years from now will run probably $2 billion. And so the $1.4 billion ship is being paid for with 15-year newer dollars, inflated dollars, where today we think a balcony on a ship like that would be a deal at $100 a night. Well, 15 years from now, we might think $150 a night's a good deal for a ship like that. Well, they're going to bring in $150 a night in those dollars, future dollars, to pay down the loan from $1.4 billion from 2019 loan that they took out on the ship. So they have the advantage of inflation to pay down the ship. But nonetheless, the Symphony of the Seas cruise ship right now, every day that goes by right now, loses value $100,000 a day. So that Symphony of the Seas is depreciating by the tune of $100,000 every 24 hours for the next 30 years. That's how the accountants do the math on this ship. That's what they're thinking. What they get for the ship in 30 years, if they choose to sell it or keep running it, is another matter. How much it costs to maintain the ship is also another matter, because dry dock costs vary depending on what you're going to do with the ship and what the ship needs done. If the azopods don't act up and just work, with minimal maintenance or regular maintenance, great. But if the azopods in 12 years break down, they have to replace them. They're going to have to add that into the cost of the operation of the ship going forward. The Oasis of the Seas was supposed to have a quick 5-6 day azopod turnaround job done in Freeport, Bahamas last year. The ship went in to the Bahamas, into Freeport, and they got the ship into the dry dock, the biggest dry dock they had in Freeport. Even with that, the nose of the ship was still sticking out of the water. They got the ship up, raised up on its back end like this, and she shifted off of her keel mounts, and she destroyed the dry dock, scraped the ship badly on one side, and had a crane fall over the back of the ship. All of a sudden, a quick $1-2 million azopod repair job turned into a $50 million debacle, and the ship now had to be taken out of service for 6 or 7 cruises. They got the crane off of it, they got it out of the dry dock, and they sailed it over to Cadiz, Spain, and they put it into the full-blown massive dry dock there. So the entire ship was out of the water. The entire ship was on a full-blown keel mounts, and they did the repair there. $50 million cost for that. And then just 2 months ago, the Oasis returned to Cadiz for a scheduled 65-day dry dock, $165 million redo as a 10-year-old ship. So, of course, the accountants at head office, they had a $50 million unexpected problem, which perhaps $20-30 million is covered by insurance, maybe not. And then $165 million scheduled dry dock. That's $16.5 million a year in depreciation added on to the regular amount of depreciation that the ship already has. So Symphony of the Seas will one day have the equivalent of a $165 million dry dock. And so the actual daily depreciation rate of this ship is probably more like $150,000 a day. And it works out that with 6,000 passengers on board the Symphony of the Seas every day, per passenger, it's $16.66 a day in depreciation for the $100,000 depreciation number, and about another $8 a day roughly for that $16,500,000 a year they're going to have to come up with later. So $25 a day depreciation is probably what's being factored in for every passenger every day on the cruise ship. You want to know why cruise ships offer cruise deals with 60 days left to go if they're not sold out? This is one of the reasons. Because if they only have 5,200 passengers on a ship that can hold 6,000 passengers, you've got to, at the accounting office, back at head office, you've got to depreciate that ship at $100,000 a day. No matter how you do it, you only have 5,200 people paying the depreciation instead of 6,000. It's important to fill the ship up each and every cruise. Do whatever you have to do. The casino department has got to get people on board the ship, even if they're giving away a cruise for free. Contact the high rollers, offer them a 1-week cruise for nothing. Get them on the ship. If you can get a casino member to come onto the ship and only pay $200 instead of $1,000, do that. If you can get them to pay $500, do that. If you can get them to pay $400 and you give them $200 of free play, do that. Get them on the ship for the week so that they're gambling every night, they're eating the steaks in the steakhouse, they're drinking the drinks, and perhaps spa packages and shore packages, you name it. You've got to make the money. Keep that ship overflowing with passengers. I find it fascinating how cruise ships operate, how they depreciate, how they're operated, how the cruise lines figure it all out. Of course, on top of the cost of depreciation, don't forget there's fuel, salaries for the staff, all the food they have to buy, all the booze they have to buy, which then they turn around and sell to you and I for more money. The cost of insurance, the cost of commissions to travel agents, the cost of legals for when they get sued, the cost of legals to just be an operating corporation, the cost of licensing these ships, the cost of government fees and taxes and everything else they have to pay. It's a very high capital cost business. And unlike building say a $1.4 billion resort, say you're doing something in Las Vegas, a block off the strip, you're building a $1.4 billion hotel and casino. After 30 years, the building is probably still standing in Vegas. The land is still there. The value of the land is probably appreciated in value. It's gone up in value with 30 years. The building to replace is much more expensive than before. You may have to bulldoze the hotel and build a new one, but the land went up in value more than probably the entire cost of the hotel when you built it out in the first place. Cruise ships don't have land that they sit on. They sit in water. They sit in salt water, and salt water is really bad for steel-hulled ships. And cruise ships generally, and cargo ships, and private yachts, salt water eats ships up all the time. And cruise liners are constantly battling Mother Nature to keep the ship in tip-top condition for her passengers. So anyway, that is what is happening with cruise liners these days. Cruise lines think about cruise ships lasting up to 40 years, certainly 30 years of service, and then we'll see what happens for the last 10 years, whether we keep it or sell it off to somebody else. Last thing I'll mention is dry dock information. There are a number of dry dock facilities around the world. They're in Europe, they're in the Mediterranean, they're in Asia, they're in the Caribbean, they're everywhere. There are US dry dock facilities, but cruise lines don't use dry dock facilities in the USA because every single dry dock facility in the US is probably run by a unionized labor force, and it's a lot cheaper to take a cruise ship to Freeport in the Bahamas, where they don't have a unionized labor force. They're well-paid guys over there. Guys and girls are well-paid, but they're not as well-paid as in America. And the rules are a little easier with respect to working hours and conditions and benefits. Cadiz, Spain is a very famous dry dock facility. And again, most of the largest ships in the world use the facility there. To give you an idea how complicated dry docking is, cruise lines usually reserve a dry dock space for 30 days or 40 days or 2 weeks or 65 days, as I'm talking about here with Royal Caribbean. They will reserve space for scheduled dry docks anywhere from 1 to 5 years in the future. If you think about a cruise line with a ship that has 3,000 passengers, and they have to do a major dry dock stop, You may have to replace an azopod. You might have to replace propellers. You may have to replace all the dishwashers, all the laundry facility machines, all the stoves in the kitchens. You may have to replace a whole bunch of air conditioning units, generators. You may have to do rebuilds of engines. Then there are the cabins. Every cabin is getting all new furniture, all new carpeting, all new bedding, new mattresses, new bed frames, new everything, new sliding doors for the balconies. Remember, they're in salt air all the time. You may have a $200 million dry dock that's planned 3 years in advance. And the cruise line has already ordered the mattresses 3 years in advance. The televisions going in the entire ship have been ordered years in advance. The wiring, the technicians have already been tendered. They're all ready to come in. They're flying in to that port, to that dry dock to work that ship. All the bartending equipment, all the carpeting on the ship, all of the wiring that might be redone, all kinds of wireless Wi-Fi installations being done, the taking out of old speaker systems and wire systems, the removal of old televisions, the removal of all the old beds, it all has to come off as well. You can't just put a new TV in. What do you do with the old one? Got to take it off. The entire turnover of a cruise ship in dry dock might be done in 60 days, 30 days, whatever. But the planning of it could be up to 5 years in the making. And cruise lines that make the most money and have the smoothest turnover of dry docks plan that far ahead, and that's how they roll. Dry dock facilities love to think years in advance. They really do. They love to know that their dry dock facility is booked for the next 5 years, 8 years. Every day is booked for the next 8 years. Now, if you have an emergency dry dock, like I was just describing with the Oasis of the Seas, crane fell over, you got to send it over to Cadiz. It could well have been that the actual amount of time that Cadiz dry dock was available was only available because another Royal Caribbean ship was supposed to be in there. And it could well have been that Royal Caribbean called Cadiz to say, take that ship out of there right now in the condition it's in. Just take it out. We're bringing in the Oasis of the Seas for an emergency repair and get that ship back in the water as soon as possible. As soon as that ship is done, bring the other one back in. It could have been done. It may well have been, though, that maybe another cruise line had it. Could have been a container ship from a container ship company. And that is when horse trading takes place. This is when the folks at Royal Caribbean contact the other ship company and says, hey, look, we know that you've got this Cadiz dry dock facility booked for the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We have a problem. We have an emergency issue here. We'll buy that space from you. We'll write you a check for $10 million to come back later. Or we'll write you a check for $15 million. You can take the ship you've got to another dry dock that we found that will service your ship for you. We'll swap you out. There can be all kinds of horse trading going on. It's all behind the scenes. We'll never get the official word on it. But I would love to be a fly in the wall when something like that happens. The scrambling that had to be going on over at Royal Caribbean when the Oasis of the Seas had that issue, it must have been unbelievable. 24/7 crisis mode, but they got the job done. The Oasis of the Seas today, I hear good things about it. I do hear a few odd comments about they could have done that. They could have done that too, but they didn't. But generally, I'm hearing good things about the Oasis of the Seas, and the dry dock was a success. Anyway, there you go. There are my few pieces of news for you on the day, comments on the cruise line. Any comments you have, let me know. I'd love to share them with you. Any questions you have about cruising, let me know. And we'll kind of go from there. I'm getting ready for trivia here shortly. Let's see here. We've got Sean in the house saying hello, Bruce, from cold Portland, Maine. Welcome, Sean, from beautiful Portland, Maine. Cold it is, but you know what? That mosquito problem that you had in the summer, that's been taken care of. There's no more grasshoppers bugging you over there, I'm sure. All is well, and welcome to the show and to the channel. I'm glad you could make it to join me today and my TWB family. It's nice to have you. I of course have lost my place as soon as I hit Sean's message. For whatever reason, I have lost my place as to where my comments are. Here we go. So I'm trying to catch up with everybody here. Megan Frost saying hi to Sherry. Sylvan, Royal Caribbean spends $200 million as if it were pocket change. Good for them. And Megan saying the new stat net. My parents are on that ship right now. Yep, that ship is running right now. But Feb 1, she is down for a week. Let's see here. Persh is saying they need to stop getting North Korean engines. Don't complain about North Korea, says Celebrity. I read that article. Is there something wrong with 40-year-old aft? There's nothing wrong with a 40-year-old ship. It's just that they have to be maintained and kept going. Brittany, I'm loving this show, just like the previous one, listening to until trivia, until the meeting. Thank you, Brittany, for being here as always. Tom Henry is here, another sponsor member, throwing up a bunch of emojis. If you'd like to do what Tom Henry is doing, throwing up a bunch of your special emojis, we have emojis just for sponsor members. Please join this channel as a sponsor member. Information is down below in the description. Love to have you join us. Bob Fan is here. Hi, Bob. Welcome to the show. Who else have we got here? Donnell is here from Ireland. Welcome, Donnell, from Cork. Nice to have you here again, sir. Let's see. Who else have we got here? As I kind of clip through here. Linda Lou is here. Hi, Linda Lou from Reno. Tom Henry, Donnell, did you see my cruise got changed so the date in Cork would be changed, but the revised cruise dropped? Cork, that's it. A Norwegian Star, the cruise ship, Norwegian Star, just for some more cruise news for you guys. It's been having engine problems for months. As what problems? And now it's affected transatlantic cruise. They've had to move it back 10 days. They're getting that ship into dry dock to finally resolve it, but they have canceled all kinds of stops, altered all kinds of calls, port calls. It's just been a nightmare. They've been offering all kinds of credits and assistance for flight changes, and what a mess! Absolutely, what a mess! It's just insane. Star needs to see my dry dock doctor to repair it, says Tom. Replace that bad engine, damaged November 2. Dry dock is scheduled after we disembark April 23rd. There you go. They need it, no question. Chili Falls in the house. Hey, buddy, how you doing? From the Fat Guy, Regina, how are you, Chili Falls? I hear the doctor's appointment went okay, and I am glad to hear that, my friend. Keep up the good work with your channel, and thank you for being here. Donnell, yes, Tom, I read what you wrote about it. Kind of glad in a way. Hopefully we'll meet up elsewhere soonish. Muriel is saying hi, Master or Mr. Master's Game. Who else have we got here? Let me just kind of catch up with these messages as they come in through here. Linda Lou, super windy here in Reno. What else? Let me just go through here. NCL Wind is still sailing in Asia. Starship Aquarius, I believe, says Sylvan. Let's see here. Megan Frost, I'm too young to stop working, trying to win the lotto. I hear you there. Let's see now. Master TJF. Hey, Bruce, love your show so affirmative. Thank you, Master TJF. Welcome to the channel and the show today. Tom, we had a couple on the Sun, Norwegian Sun, in December. Said they lived in a retirement community near Orlando. They got a last-minute deal for 2 people. Balcony, total cost $99 for a 5-day cruise, included some perks too. There you go. Cruise lines would rather sell a deal like that, get those 2 people on the ship, and try to get them to buy drinks, specialty dining, gamble, spa treatments, whatever it takes. Get them on the ship. You cannot leave empty. Very interesting. If you're close by, you might get emails like that if you can drive to a ship. Pretty handy stuff. Very interesting. Okay, Linda Lou, you have to get on the ship to actually have them beg for your money. Laugh out loud. Let's see here. Chili Falls saying, Tom Henry, Bonnie sleeps less than I do, and that isn't much. Persh 805. I was docked in Bermuda next to the original Love Boat in 2004. That vessel was like a rowboat. Yes, the old Love Boat didn't even have 1,000 passengers. I think it was 790 or something like that. It wasn't even 1,000. But for years, the star of primetime network television on ABC, the Love Boat, that was what cruising was all about. This was the 80s, and those days are gone. Those ships are gone. That Love Boat ship is long been cut up for scrap. It is no longer around. Who is talking here? Donnell saying, I thought that was a very good video you made about the Symphony of the Seas, Bruce. Thank you, Donnell. I've been thinking about that video for about 4 days. I was just sitting here going, I want to make a video about this depreciation of cruise ships. I read something about 40-year lifespan. I want to be more informative, and finally I got it done. It took a while, but we got that video up, so fantastic. Mike Smith, hi, Bruce. Great to see you. 71 here in Dover, Florida. Gas is $2.50 a gallon this evening. Went up 20 cents since this morning. That's not right. That's just not right. Welcome to the show and the channel. Nice to have you here today. Let's see. Any more comments coming in from anyone else? Any feedback from anyone who has traveled on MSC Grandiosa? I paid just over $1,000 for a solo tiny cabin on it. It's fully paid now. Sailing from Barcelona on May 1st. I can't wait. I think you're going to love the look of this ship. It's beautiful. It's huge. Massive ship. I think you're going to find it fascinating, Donnell. And I'm sure you're going to have a good time. Being that it's sailing in Europe, they've got it down to a T over there. They certainly know what they're doing in the Mediterranean, except for that little incident they had the other day where they kind of caught the back end of the ship on the pier in Palermo. But other than that, no big deal. I am looking forward to your reaction to the ship and to the cruise. I can't wait to hear how you're doing. Let's see. Sylvia's here. Hi, Bruce. You look nice and clear. I listened to an old show, October 18. Yeah, those shows, the old shows before this new webcam and this beautiful live streaming through StreamYard that I'm using. Much better, isn't it? It's just fantastic. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I really am so happy that the technical issues have virtually disappeared for this show. This is great. Let's see. The Down Under Cruiser. Sorry, Bruce, lunch is over. Back to work. Have a great one, you guys. Thank you for being here today. Nathaniel, Symphony is my favorite. I'm going again in May, Memorial Day weekend, Nathaniel. That's going to be a great cruise, as always, buddy. Welcome to the show and channel. Deegan, tell us some news about Carnival Cruise Lines and what ships operate in Nassau. I don't have any cruise news for you in Carnival. Thankfully, lately, they haven't bumped into each other with ships. Things have been calm there. Haven't heard any mechanical nightmares or anything like that. We'll say that Nassau, the Bahamas, they are going ahead with a major $250 million upgrade of the downtown port in downtown Nassau. Global Ports Holdings is the lead entity there. Can tell you that in San Juan, Puerto Rico, oh my gosh, Puerto Rico with those earthquakes lately, my God. But the cruise lines insist we are going into Puerto Rico unscathed. We're going into the ports, bringing people into Old Town San Juan. All is well. People have generators down there in case power goes out. So so far, no delays, no issues with the earthquakes in San Juan, Puerto Rico, or Puerto Rico as a whole for the cruise lines. For the people of Puerto Rico, oh my gosh, that's a whole other nightmare, as if they haven't got enough problems as it is. Sylvia, I am repacking. I think I packed too much. Leaving on Friday evening for Miami, the Encore on Sunday. Have a great cruise, Sylvia. That's going to be great. Join us on our Facebook group page, post photos. Those of you who don't know, I have a Facebook group page called Traveling with Bruce, spelled with 2 L's. You want to join us there. In between these live shows, a lot of us hang out in that Facebook group page, and people post photos and videos of their cruises when they go out onto their ships on the Facebook group page. So if you want to join, I am the administrator of the page. I'll let you in. Come on over there. Just ask to join. I'll let you in. We're going to have some, we always have fun on there. Masters Game. We have sailed on the Grand Celebration and the Grand Classica, and both were in very good shape. Cheers to all of you at TWB. From Bruce here in Creston, British Columbia. That's good news, Masters Game. It would be nice if the cruise industry would keep several decent ships to be salvaged up and running for relief of natural disasters. Can't do it. Persh, impossible. Even a 20, 30-year-old cruise ship, they depreciate at the rate of $1 million a month. They really do. Even a 30-year-old cruise ship, if you can buy it for $50 million, that's great. But you're going to have to spend $1 million a month to keep it running. And to not have it running and just have it parked over here and ready at a moment's notice to take care of something, someone's got to pay that. And cruise lines do not sink $1 million a month into a cruise ship that doesn't do anything. Makes no sense. And that is worse for a ship not operating. A ship is better off operating than not operating. And so it just is impractical. Tom Henry, Sylvia, did you see the packing tip? Put everything in the bed and then remove half and double the cash. That's a good one. Let's see, Sylvia. Tom, I'll look and see where the couch is to the balcony, but I think next to the balcony. Chili Falls. Tom Henry. A CAT scan takes about 2 minutes. A PET scan takes 45 minutes and costs 20 grand. Tom Henry. Ouch. Oh my gosh. Who else have I got here? Jeffrey Stolzenberg is here. Jeffrey, hi Bruce. Didn't you say weeks ago that RCL was leaving San Juan? Still the case for MSJ. The story has been that Royal Caribbean is cutting back on San Juan and eventually leaving it altogether. That's the report. People inside the government in Puerto Rico have been insisting this is truly going to happen. I can't get I'm never going to get an official a word from RCL about it. They're never going to say anything like that in public. They're just going to quietly cut back. But with these, with the earthquakes, I'm not sure if that's going to make it even more definite. And or with the agreement made with Ports Holdings, that could be the straw that breaks the camel's back with respect to the possibility of Royal Caribbean and maybe other cruise lines backing away from San Juan. I think the first thing we have to keep in mind is $250 million will be spent in San Juan, Puerto Rico's port facilities to upgrade them. During construction, reconstruction, it might well be that cruise lines don't use San Juan as home ports while that's being done. I can't say that's for sure, but it's a possibility. So we'll just keep following it. Like I say, next year's schedule for Royal Caribbean, I'm pretty sure is lighter than last year's. I think Royal Caribbean is operating fewer ships into San Juan next year already, and that could be part of the cutback, pullback. I don't know. We'll see what comes of it. Let's get ready for trivia. I say, Ashley 5. Hi everybody. Hi Ashley. Billy Farron. Good evening, Bruce and TWB family. Just got stopped for the night down here in Biloxi, Mississippi. Foggier than can be. Welcome, sir, to the show. Get ready for trivia, buddy. That car guy is here. What do you think of sublines like Pulmoteer and Marella? Well, they have their place. All of these cruise lines have their niche audience. I'll tell you right now, if I were a graduating student from a university and I had, my mom and dad said to me, take a year off. You've been in school for 6 years, at high school before that. You need a year off to just gather yourself, grab a backpack, grab a buddy. Here's 10 grand, get lost. I'll tell you right now, I'd be booking Pullman Tour cruises. I'd be working those into my 1 year holiday, whether I'm backpacking through Europe or whether I'm going to sail various cruise lines or do a combination of cycling or whatever I'm going to do. I'd be figuring out Pullman Tour cruises. I'd be looking at repositioning cruises for sure. Yeah, I would be stretching my dollar. And Pullman Tour and the other line, Marella, I'd be looking into them if I could afford them. Absolutely. Masters Game says Emma Cruz has just recently sailed. Marella said it was pretty good. There you go. Susan R is here. Hello, TWB fans. Hi, Susan R. Michael Lozano, RCL is really promoting Perfect Day Coco K. 250 million reasons why they're doing that, buddy. Absolutely. Linda Lou, I have another live show at 6 p.m., so I miss trivia almost Mondays. What can she do? What are you going to do? Bob Fan, looks like you're going to miss it tonight, Linda. All right, let's do trivia. I'm ready to do trivia right now. Let me get my big-ass iPad set up for the trivia questions, and we'll get started on trivia quizzes. And let's see how you guys do today. I got a couple of them here ready to roll, and let me just see if my big-ass iPad pencil is up to the task. Let's see if this is working. Looks like it is, so we'll get it set up. Here's a marker, and let's get started with the first trivia question of the day. Double check here, make sure we got power up. Looks like everything's all right here. Looks like everything's all right there. Let's get started. Fantastic. Let me bring everything up into here. Let's see. Looks like Mr. Deegan. My friends are on Carnival Liberty right now. Billy Farron. Hi. Hey, Bruce. How much do you save on a repositioning cruise roughly? Billy, here's an example of a typical example. You can take a cruise from, say, Florida in late April, May, over to Europe. Not uncommon. It's not uncommon where you could get like a 15-day cruise from Fort Lauderdale or Miami, Port Canaveral, say to Rome or to Barcelona or to Southampton, one way. Inside room, 40, 50 bucks a night on brand name cruise ships. I'm talking about like, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, definitely Celebrity, Holland America ships. You're talking, 4.5, 5-star cruise lines for 40 bucks a night, inside room, 50 for ocean views, 65, 70 balcony. Get a 14-day cruise to Copenhagen, get a 15-day cruise to Amsterdam. Bunches, like there will be 24 of them, at least 20 to 25 ships will reposition out of the Caribbean area to Europe in the spring. Now in the fall, it's the reverse. You'll have 25 cruise ships leaving the Mediterranean, leaving Northern Europe, the Baltic area, Southampton area, coming back to Florida, back to Miami, back to Florida ports. And you're talking again, 40 bucks, 50 bucks for insides, 50, 60 for ocean views, 70 for balconies, 80, 90, suites could be 100, 120 a night instead of 200 a night. Yeah, deals, absolute deal. That's just an idea, just a thought. Ex-celebrity, big ass iPad. Please watch the language. This is what this is. This is the big ass iPad right here. Everyone calls this the big ass iPad. This is named after my big ass RV, which is another story entirely, and I'm not going to bore you with that. Let's see. What are the cruise line figures in the background? Deegan wants to know. Off to the left, we've got cruise ships here from Norwegian right here. We've got some mugs here. And then we got these beautiful cups, TWB logoed cups, which you can pick up on RedBubble, my RedBubble store. All right, let's start the first trivia question of the night. Are you guys ready for this one? Here we go. Let me get up my banner, and I've got the question right here. Can you name the countries that have the most visitors for the country with the highest number of visitors per their number one attraction, amusement park attraction? Tell me the countries that have the highest amusement park attendance and the top 10 in the world, and I'll tell you what those are in each country. Mike Bush is thinking Americans go to amusement parks. There's a bunch of them. That's got to be the number one country for amusement parks. And you would be correct, Mike. BC is also saying USA. Susan R. also. Deegan, North America is not a country, but it's close. The United States is number one. It has 20.39 million visitors a year. Magic Kingdom, Walt Disney World in Orlando, 20.4 million approximately per year. Number one attraction, the most visited amusement park in the world. How about that? Japan. Mike Bush is thinking Japan is a country. By the way, when you give me a guess, give me one guess only at a time. Yeah, Japan has the second highest, is the second highest country with a 16.5 million. Tokyo Disneyland at Tokyo Disney Resort. Sound familiar? Disney World and Tokyo Disneyland. Let's see here. China. Mike Bush is thinking China now. Yep, number 3 in the world. That would be 8.47 million. Shimlong Ocean Kingdom in China. That is China's number one amusement park. Shimlong Ocean Kingdom, it's called. Masters Game is thinking France. You would be correct. Number 4, actually. You got the first 4 in a row here. 8.4 million people a year go to Disneyland Park at Disneyland Paris. 3 out of 4, Disneyland right there. Chili Falls, he's thinking Germany. Germany has number 6. 5.6 million people a year go to the Europa Park at Europa Park Resort. That is Germany's number 1 amusement park, 5.6 million people per year. Got to be seasonal for summer, I would imagine. Not sure if it's open year-round or not. Next country, Bob Fan is thinking Hong Kong. Well, that's basically China. We can't differentiate that now. Danielle McRae is thinking Denmark. Yeah, Denmark is here. Number 8 at 4.6 million. The Tivoli Gardens in Denmark, been around a long time. Tivoli Gardens. I'm thinking that that might be the park that Walt Disney saw in the 30s. And he saw that park and immediately started thinking Disneyland in Los Angeles, in Anaheim. That's where the inspiration came from. And he did it his way. Very interesting. Let's see here. No country beats Japan, says ex-celebrity. Denmark, Canada. Terry Gallant is thinking Canada. No, yes, actually, Canada makes the list at number 10. Stuck in here at the very bottom. I just saw it. 3.7 million people a year go to Canada's Wonderland. I think that's in Ontario. Seasonal for sure. South Korea, Captain's Table, MDR. South Korea, yeah. Number 5 on the list. 8.1 people go to Lotte World. Lotte World. Lotte World in South Korea. That is the number 1 theme park there. Mike Bush is thinking Australia, not in the top 10. They don't have one in the top 10. Jeffrey had France. We've done France. Let's see. Who else have we got? Singapore been guessed. Here we go. Number 9 country, Singapore. 4.1 people go to the Universal Studios in Singapore. How about that? Universal Studios in Orlando, Universal Studios in Los Angeles, Universal Studios in Singapore. 4.1 people, leaving us 1 country left to guess. Susan R., you are the one with the Netherlands. Absolutely right. 4.76 million people a year go to the Netherlands, and they take in the Efteling, Efteling, Efteling Park. Not sure what that is, but that is a big one. Probably also seasonal. 4.7 million people a year. That did our first quiz. Not bad, you guys. You guys picked them off very quickly. Well done indeed. All right. Let's work the next one. I have done this quiz before in kind of a different way. This one is a little bit of a takeoff, but let's see how you guys do on this quiz. Can you tell me the cities that are the most expensive in the world to park your car in? The cities that are most expensive. And see what we have, what we get going. Paul T is saying, Bruce, I have a dream. My dream is to pack a bag, take public transportation to the New York City ship terminal. It's only 1 hour from where I live. Negotiate right there for a cabin on a ship. Yes, that is a dream. Can't be done. You've got to book at least 3 days in advance to give Homeland Security enough time to clear you with the cruise line. The cruise liner has to let the Homeland Security people know who's on the ship, passport numbers, all that stuff. And then they've got to pre-clear you in the countries that the ship is going to. And I believe that is 3 days now. Tom Henry's thinking London, England for expensive parking. Yes. In London, England, in what's known as the City of London, an average day, this is the 5th most expensive place to park, $65.97 a day. This is as of 2011. This is 9 years ago. It's only gotten worse. $65.97 a day. London West End back in 2011 was the 7th most expensive at $57.73. Unbelievable. I'm not sure if there's any other Londons. That might be the 2 areas of London that come in here. Would you pay $65 a day to park your car? Is that insane? Jeffrey Stolzberg, he's thinking New York City. New York City is definitely expensive. In Midtown, 15th most expensive in the world, $41 a day. New York downtown, $30 a day. I'm not sure what, I guess Midtown Manhattan versus downtown, that would be what? Northern Manhattan, like, or South, I'm not sure. But anyway, there you go. There's New York. All right. Let's see, Chili Falls. He's thinking Washington, D.C. for expensive parking. Washington, D.C. for expensive parking in the world. I'm looking at the top 48 right here. Not finding it in the top 48. If I've missed it, I'll catch it later. Park your car in New York, says Paul T. Who else we got here? A lot of New Yorkers, not a New York guesses. BC, he's thinking San Francisco. Yeah, I'm thinking San Francisco as well. San Francisco has got to be expensive, I would think. Yep, number 45 here at $26 a day to park your car in San Francisco. Terry Gallant, he's thinking Vancouver. Vancouver, British Columbia has got to be on here, I would guess. Although I'll tell you right now, this list, I'm not seeing it pop up. I'll keep an eye open for it, but I haven't seen it yet. All right, who else we got? Tokyo, Tom Henry, Tokyo. Yeah, number 6 in the world for Tokyo, $62 a night, just behind London City Center. Tokyo, very expensive. San Francisco, Paris, Bob Fan. Paris, France, Bruce. Number 16 in the world, $40.26 a day. Paris, very expensive. Let's see, who's next? London, we've done. San Francisco, we've done. Beijing. Beijing, to park your car in 2011. Has Beijing cracked the top 48? I don't have it here. Don't have Beijing yet. What a good, Bruce, thank you. It used to be able to be done. I guess no longer. Yeah, Paul, showing up at the ship, no longer being able to. Mike Bush, Tokyo, we've done Tokyo. Calgary's what I think has the most weird parking laws. Calgary is expensive. I'm not sure Calgary makes this list, although I think it should. Calgary did not make this particular list in 2011. Barcelona, Mike Bush, Barcelona, Bruce. Look for Barcelona in España. Let me take a peek here. Barcelona, not finding Barcelona for expensive parking rates as of 2011. Let's see, who else we got? Rio de Janeiro, Brittany. What about Rio de Janeiro? Nope, not finding it either. Boston, Bob Fan. What about Boston, Bruce? The city of Boston. Yes, number 23 in the world, $34 a day to park your car in Boston. Susan R., Hong Kong. The city of Hong Kong to park your car. 42nd most expensive, $28.25 US a day. Let's see, Tom Henry. Oh no, the Circle of Death. Brittany and Tigger do Disney. She's thinking Las Vegas. As of 2011, I don't think Las Vegas would have made the list 9 years ago. The Strip, though, is coming into its own nowadays. Donnell, what about Moscow, Bruce, in Russia? Moscow, let me see for Moscow. Number 27 in the world, $32.63 a day. Boy, it doesn't pay to have a car in Moscow, does it? Very expensive. Tom Henry, is it me or is it Bruce? It's you. It's you. Danielle McRae, Miami in Florida, Bruce, for parking. What about Miami, the city in Miami? No, I don't have Miami in the top 48. Toronto, Terry Gallant, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Is that an expensive place to park your car? Toronto, not finding it in the top 48. Let's see. Downtown is Lower Manhattan. Thank you, Bob. Any Disneyland places, they should be ashamed of themselves, charging to park astronomically crazy. I hear you there. LA. Brittany is wondering about Los Angeles. Los Angeles, the City of Angels, 34th most expensive, $30 a day. Yep, 2011, it made the list. Downtown Manhattan, South Ferry Battery Park area, interesting. Detroit, Brittany is thinking Detroit in Michigan. Is it expensive to park there? Not finding Detroit in the top 48 in the world. Chicago, I think we've got it here. Although, wait a minute, I thought I had Chicago. Wait a minute, maybe I missed it. Maybe I am imagining Chicago. No, it's here. Number 29, $32 a day to park your car in Chicago. Cincinnati, Ohio. I don't think Cincinnati is going to make it. No, Cincinnati is not going to make it. Chicago, we have every parking lot has a parking meter. In Calgary says ex-celebrity. What about Creston? No, it's pretty free to park in Creston. Downtown Creston, they took the meters away. It's free to park in downtown Creston because they want people to come downtown. It's a great move. It's working. The Vatican. I don't know about the Vatican. How about Rome? Rome in Italy. Italia. Roma. Let's see. Is Rome on the list? Yeah, number 44, 2732. 2732. I don't see the Vatican, by the way. I just took a quick peek for the heck of it. I don't see the Vatican. Let's see. Manhattan is basically up by Central Park, 42nd downtown. We go to the Twin Towers. Or Paul Bodden, Stockholm, Sweden, Bruce. Stockholm in Sweden. Let's see. Yeah, number 28, $32.38 a day. It's expensive to park in Stockholm. Donnell, what about Dublin? He ought to know. He's in Cork. Dublin in Ireland. Is that expensive in Dublin? Yeah, number 39 in the world. $28.76 American a day. Venice, Susan R. I don't think you can park in Venice. I'm not sure if there's actual parking available. Venice. I mean, so much of Venice is covered with the only place would be near the railway station. I'm not even sure you can do that. Madrid, Spain. I didn't find Venice, by the way. Madrid in España. Number 18 in the world, $38.82 a day. You still haven't got number 1. You haven't got number 2. You haven't got number 3. You haven't got number 4. Holy moly. Zurich, Paul T. Zurich, yes. Number 10 is Zurich, top 10, $46.98 a day to park your car in Zurich. Amsterdam. I'm wondering why am I not seeing it? Have we already done it? Here it is, number 8, Amsterdam, $57.51. Amsterdam. Wow, that's expensive. Athens in Greece. Susan R. Athens in Greece to park your car. Number 21 in the world, $35.95 a day. Park your car in Athens, Greece. Wow. Orlando, Brittany and Tigger. Orlando, I do not believe is going to be in the top 48 on the planet. No, too much room in Orlando. Taipei, Taiwan. Brittany is wondering about Taipei, Taiwan. That could be a very good guess. Looking here, not finding it in the top 48. I'm surprised at that. Monaco, Captain's Table, Monaco. Let's see, to park your car in Monaco. Not finding it. It's not in the top 48. Nashville, I have not seen Nashville. Cairo, oh, in Egypt, Cairo. How much would it run you to park your car in Cairo? Don't know. It's not on the list. Mexico City for a place to park your car. Not in the top 48. No. Atlanta, not in the top 48. Singapore to park your car. Not finding it either. Everyone's searching. Hi, Debbie Manuel. Welcome to the show. Honolulu to park your car. Honolulu, is it? Yes, it's here. Number 20, $38 a day to park your car in Honolulu. One of the most expensive in the world. Sydney, Australia. Yeah, number 4. Sydney, Australia, $67.42 a day to park your car in Sydney. Brittany and Tigger Do Disney is thinking Perth, Australia. What about Perth, Australia? Number 26 in the world, $32.66 a day. Sydney, Perth, we've got now. Zanesville, nice try, Tom. Let's see. Or Bakersfield, nice try. Lisbon, Portugal, we've done. Seattle in Washington. Seattle, Washington. Looking to see if Seattle's in the top 48. It is not. Berlin is number 48, tied 48, $25.88 a day. Berlin to park your car. Moscow we've done. Madrid we've done. Brisbane, Australia. Brisbane is number 14, $41.09 a day to park your car in Brisbane. Paul T. What about Osaka, Bruce? Osaka, Japan. Osaka, Japan. Can't find it in the top 48. Unbelievable. Wellington, New Zealand. I've not seen it yet on all the scans. Not there. Cannes in France. Cannes in France. Not seeing it here. Melbourne, Australia. Melbourne. Yeah, number 3 in the world. $69.53 a day in Melbourne. Number 1 and number 2 have not been guessed yet, but we now have 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Fantastic. Kyoto in Japan. Kyoto. Not seeing any other Japanese cities on this list. I'm surprised at that. Marseille in France. Marseille, France. Not seeing it. Philadelphia, PA. Yes, Philadelphia. Number 45, $26 a day to park your car in Philly. Zootopia, that's a city. Thank you, celebrity. Masters game, Portland, Oregon, Bruce. Portland, Oregon. Nope, I don't have Portland, Oregon. San Diego, yes. San Diego, number 45 at $26 a night. Rio de Janeiro, no. Creston, no. Beijing, China, have not seen Beijing. Monaco, no. Paris, we've done. How late am I? Gaming text, about an hour late. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, not on the list. We still have European cities. We have a few cities in the United States. Mainly European cities is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for Germany, Finland, Austria, Switzerland, Norway, Denmark, the UK, That should give you a bunch, a whole bunch of cities in Europe. Fire away, you guys. Let's see what you have. Brittany, what about Brussels, Bruce? Brussels. Let's take a look for Brussels. Big city with diplomats, I'll tell you that. Not in the top batch. I can't believe it. Vienna just came in. Vienna, I have Vienna number 8 at $57.51 a day. Vienna, Austria. Absolutely. Oslo, number 1 in the world. Oslo, the most expensive city in the world to park your car. One day in Oslo, $89.04 US to park your car for one day in Oslo. You make enough money to park your car in Oslo? Can you believe that? Holy moly. I mean, I don't know people. I know people that don't pay that in rent. My gosh, Oslo is number 1. Well done. Helsinki just came in. Number 12 in the world, $46.01. Thank you, Captain Stable. Munich, Munich. Only one guess at a time. I'll take only the first guess. Munich, I do see Munich, number 39 at $28.76. Stockholm, I think we've done already. Frankfurt just came in as a guest, number 18 in the world, $38.82. Munich, we just did. Manchester in the UK, number 25, highest in the world, $32.82 a day. Liverpool in England, UK, no, not Liverpool. Edmonton, maybe, no. Oslo, we've done. Frankfurt, we've done. Also, that is insane. Antwerp is not on this list. Glasgow is not on this list. So much money just for parking. Stockholm, we've done. Liverpool, Edinburgh, yes, number 24 on the list, $32.99. Denver, Colorado, no. Budapest, looking for Budapest, no, definitely not Denver. Also doesn't have anything to see. Go to Stockholm. Thank you, Kay. I'm still looking for Netherlands, Switzerland, Belgium, Germany, UK, Ukraine, South Korea, Israel, Ireland, Northern Ireland, actually, I'm looking for. Donnell, this one's for you if you're still with us. Italy, one city in Italy. Let's see if anybody gets any of these. Brussels just came in. I think we've done Brussels. Glasgow, we've done. Baghdad, no. Amsterdam, question mark. Amsterdam, we've done already. Kiev, yes, Kiev in the Ukraine is number 31, $30.43 a night. Bruges, no, Bruges I don't have. Let's see, Tel Aviv, yes, in Israel, $29.10, 37th highest in the world. Belfast, that is correct. Belfast, gaming tech. Belfast, number 43 at $27.71 a night in Belfast. Very expensive. Any more guesses? Seoul just came in. Yes, South Korea, 36th most expensive, $29.51. Pisa, no. Amsterdam, we done. Milan in Italy, yeah, number 48, $25.88. Milan, Italy. Thank you. Financial center of Italy. Naples, Belfast, Rotterdam, yes, number 33. Rotterdam, $30.19. Another one off the list. Milan and Antwerp. Still looking for number 2. Number 2, the Netherlands, I believe. I believe this is the Netherlands. Boy, I'll be kicking myself if I'm wrong. Roma in Rome. I think we've done Rome. We've done the Roman one. Switzerland. I'm looking for a diplomatic city in Switzerland. Diplomatic city in Belgium. Germany, port city. Germany, industrial town. Another industrial town in Germany, cities. Berlin, we've done. Frankfurt, we've done. Munich, we've done. Let's see. Paris, we've done already. Geneva, yes, Geneva, the diplomatic city in Switzerland, 10th highest in the world, $46.98 a day to park your car in Geneva. Bern in Geneva. We have Bern, Switzerland as well. Antwerp, Zurich, we've done Zurich. Cologne, we've done Cologne. We have not done Cologne, but it's not here. Zurich, very well done. We've done Zurich already. Looking for European cities, almost all Europe now, and we are finished. And we're just about here. Cologne coming in like crazy. Germany, Hamburg is number 16, $40.26. Dusseldorf, Germany, number 21, $35.95. In Germany, we have Stuttgart, 39th most expensive, $26.76. Any more there? No. The Hague in, I believe that would be Belgium. The Hague, $44.57 a day. The 13th most expensive in the world. Stalag 13. How about that? Birmingham in the UK, 30th most expensive, $31.34. Bristol in the UK, 31st most expensive, $31.34. Leeds, 38th most expensive, $28.86. Number 2 in the world, Copenhagen. Number 2, Copenhagen, $73.11 to park your car in Copenhagen for one night. You don't take a cruise by driving to Copenhagen, parking your car for the week there. You don't do that, at least not in this parking lot. You gotta be kidding me. Tom Henry, I know nothing. We have number 48 here, Utrecht, $25.88, and that's the cruise. That's the quiz for this one. I'll read off the 10 most expensive cities in the world to park your car. The 10 most expensive: Oslo, Copenhagen, Melbourne, Sydney, London in the city, Tokyo, London West End, Vienna, Amsterdam, Geneva, and Zurich are the 10 most expensive, $46.98 up to $89 a day to park your car in those cities. They want to ride a bike. You got that right. You know why mass transit does so well? Because of the cost of these cities. That is insane. All right, let's take the next quiz. See how you do on this one. Let me set up my marker on this one right here. There we go. Getting it set up. There we go. All right. Here we are. The next one. Can you name the cities in the United States that have at least 100,000 people that have the highest percentage of non-car owners? People that don't own cars. The highest percentage of the population of U.S. cities that don't own cars. See how you're doing on this one. Tom Henry, good night for you. Good night, Tom Henry. You have a good one. Oh, my gosh. Mike Bush, New York City. Yeah, number 1. New York City, 55.7% of New Yorkers don't own a car. Gaming Text Bruce, is there a reason why you don't do trivia more often? This is so much fun. Used to do it 3 times a week, Tuesday nights, Thursday nights, Saturdays. Now I just do it Monday nights with the show. Mikey Pitt, number 1 guy. Mikey Pitt guy, number 1, $24.99 super chat. Is that? Am I reading that right? That is incredible. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate that very much. That is fabulous. Mike Bush, he's thinking Chicago. By the way, Mike is saying I have a group cruise in about 8 years. So am I old enough to go? Oh my gosh. Mike Bush, Chicago. Chicago makes the list. Number 13 out of the top 14 cities in the USA. 28.8% of Chicagoans don't own a car. Number 13 out of 14. Brittany had New York. So did Gaming Text. Donnell, good night, Tom. Terry had New York. Mike Bush, San Francisco. San Francisco for non-car owners just made the list at number 14. 28.5% of Friskins, San Franciscans, don't own a car. Just made the list. Celebrity, Los Angeles. Nope. Everybody owns a car in LA. DC. Brittany is wondering about DC. Yes. Washington, D.C. is number 4 at 36.9% of Washingtonians don't own a car. Susan R. London. We're only talking U.S. cities. Porty. I don't know what more Porty is. Seattle. Mike Bush. What about Seattle, Bruce? Nope. Seattle, too many cars there. Portland, Oregon just came in. Nope. Portland is not on the list. Seattle not on the list. Boston is on the list. Number 8, Boston, Massachusetts. 34.9%. The folks in Boston don't own a car. Portland not on the list. LA not on the list. Bob Fan, Washington. We have Chicago. We've done Detroit. Bob Fan. where they make the cars themselves. Not on this list. No, they have cars in Detroit. New Orleans. Brittany is wondering about New Orleans. Nope, not on the list. Connecticut, that's a state. LA we've done. Let's see here. I'll start spreading your channel through my channel. Thank you, Celebrity X. Susan R. Washington, we've done. San Diego is probably at number 10. San Diego, not on the list, not in the top 14 of non-car owners. Miami, Brittany, Miami, not on the list either. No, not Miami. Venice, that would be maybe overseas, but we're talking USA cities. Las Vegas, nope, not in the top 14. They own cars in Vegas, and they're building highways for them like crazy. Birmingham, Alabama, John's 43. No, sir, not making this list. Troy H, New Jersey, that's a state. Home sweet home, Alabama. Philadelphia, Bob Fan, the city of Philly, yes, number 7 on the list. 35.7% of Philadelphians don't own a car. Arlington, Virginia, not on the list. Orlando, Florida, Orlando, not on the list. Richmond, Richmond is not on the list. Key West, not 100,000 people. I don't think that made it. Atlanta, Georgia, nope, not on the list for Atlanta. Dallas, Texas, no, not on the list. Non-car owners, Pittsburgh or Baltimore. Pittsburgh or Baltimore. Baltimore, number 6, 35.89%. Pittsburgh, number 11, 29.5% of Pittsburgh folks don't own a car. Houston, Texas, not on the list. Galveston, question mark. Nope, not Galveston. San Antonio, no. We're looking for cities in New Jersey. I need 3 of them. I need a Connecticut city, 2 of them actually, and a New York City. Those are the states. That's all I need. New York State, New Jersey, Connecticut. That's it. Phoenix, Arizona, not going to cut it. Austin, Texas, not working. Trenton is not one of the cities. Trenton, everyone guessing Trenton is not one of the cities. Hartford, Connecticut, yes, number 5, 36.1%. Stamford in Connecticut. Greenwich, Stamford, no. Greenwich, no. Hartford, we've done. Who else have we got here? Trenton. Newark, New Jersey, number 2. Newark, 44.1% of people living in Newark don't have a car. They transit over to New York for work. Atlantic City, no, not Atlantic City. Newark we have. I'm still looking for 2 cities in New Jersey, 1 in New York, 1 in Connecticut. That's what I'm looking for. New Haven, yes, that is the Connecticut city, 29.7. Now it's Buffalo, New York. Gaming tax, yes. Buffalo, 31.4% don't have a car. 2 cities in New Jersey now. Albany, that's New York. Jersey City, yes. Number 3, 40.6% in Jersey City don't have a car. 1 city left. It's not Trenton. 1 city in New Jersey. What is it? Bayonne, Hoboken, not Niagara Falls, sorry, gaming tech. New Brunswick, New Jersey, no. Hoboken, Camden, nope. 1 city in New Jersey. In New Jersey, 1 city. Hoboken coming in, no. Starts with the letter P. The letter P in New Jersey. 29.3% of the folks in this town don't have a car. In the city in New Jersey starts with the letter P. It stands for pool. What is the city? Hackensack? No. Princeton? No. Paramus? No. Princeton? Paramus? Nope. Nope. Not Paramus. No. Princeton. Passaic? No. Piscataway? No. Oh my gosh. Do I have to give it up? Do I have to give it up? 100,000 people or more. Patterson, New Jersey is the name of the city. 29.3% in Patterson don't have a car. Oh my gosh. This is a good one. Let me tell you the final numbers. These are the cities, top number 1 to number 14. These cities don't have cars. They don't have cars. New York, 55.7%. More than half of the people in New York don't have a car. Newark, New Jersey, 44%. New Jersey City, 40%. Washington, D.C., 37%. Hartford, Connecticut, 36%. Baltimore, 35%. Philly, 35. Boston, 34. Buffalo, 31. New Haven, Connecticut, 29. Pittsburgh, 29.4. Paterson, New Jersey, 29. Chicago, 28. And San Francisco, 28.5. Those are interesting numbers from an interesting quiz. That is this quiz, leaving us, I think, with one more quiz, but this one has all kinds of subparts to it. So let's see how you do it. This is cities, U.S. cities ending in, here we go. What U.S. cities, the largest U.S. cities, end in the word ham, H-A-M. Tell me the largest U.S. cities ending in the letters H-A-M. Anybody know? Tell me the largest U.S. cities that end in the word port, P-O-R-T. What cities are the largest cities with the word port? Ham and port is what I'm looking for. We've got Birmingham coming in here. Birmingham, Alabama is 212,000. The second largest is one of them. That is correct. Any more hams and ports? We have port. We have Poland. No. Newport, Connecticut. Newport, Connecticut is not large enough to make this list. Believe it or not, Shreveport, number one. Shreveport, Louisiana, 197,000. The largest city with the word port at the end of it in the USA. Looking for 5 in each of these two categories. Newport coming in, Newport coming in, Newport like crazy. There is no Newport making this top list. We've got ham and port is what we're looking for. Durham, number one. Durham, North Carolina, 257,000 is number one ham city in the USA. Durham, absolutely, Durham. I'm looking for cities ending in the word I-N-G. Ing, the largest U.S. cities ending in I-N-G. I'm looking for a ham, port, and ing. Ham, port, and ing. Bridgeport, yes. Bridgeport, Connecticut, 147,000, second largest. Stratham, not large enough to count. Reverse port, Shreveport, Bridgeport, Newark, that's not working. Lansing, Michigan, yes, second largest with an ing ending. Let's see here. Gaming text. Oh, wait, I got the wrong one. Ham, port, and ing endings for cities. Waltham, Captain's Table. Waltham, not large enough to count. Gresham, yes, Gresham, Oregon, 110,000. That is the third largest. Gresham, absolutely. Ham, port, and ing is what I'm looking for. Freeport, not in the USA. Let's see. I'm looking for a city in Washington for ham. Massachusetts for ham, Iowa for port, Mississippi for port, Tennessee for port. If that helps any of you out there. Reading, R-E-D, yes, Reading, California, 191,000. Way to go, Debbie Manuel. Lansing, we've got ING. There's a city in Texas. There's a city in Pennsylvania and a city in Michigan with ING endings. Bellingham, yes. Bellingham, Washington, 85,000. Susan, you got it. Bellingham, Washington, Captain. Also, Dedham. No. Gulfport, yes. Gulfport, Mississippi, 71,000. Paul Bodden, you got it. Sorry, that was, sorry, where am I doing that? Brittany, you got Gulfport. Thank you very much. I'm still looking for one ham city in Massachusetts. I'm looking for 2 cities with the word port at the end, one in Iowa, one in Tennessee. Now I'm looking for borough, B-O-R-O, cities ending in borough in North Carolina, Tennessee, Oregon, Arkansas, Kentucky. I'm looking for ING cities in Texas, Pennsylvania, and Michigan. Yep. I'm looking for VER cities, city ending in VER in Colorado, Washington, Massachusetts, Alabama, and Delaware. Whole bunch of gifts for you there, bunch of hints. Needham just came in. That's not the city I'm looking for. Birmingham, we've done. Murfreesboro, yes, Murfreesboro, Tennessee, 126,000. That's right. Goldsboro, nope. Let's see. Queensboro, no. Jonesboro, yes. Arkansas, Jonesboro, 73,000. Foxborough, nope, not going to work. Needham, Massachusetts, not working for Ham. Sorry. Let's see here. Ham. No, not working. Cities ending in VER out of Colorado, Washington State, Massachusetts, Alabama, and Delaware. Anybody got any ideas about those cities? Dover just came in. Dover in Delaware, yes, 37,522, fifth largest city in the U.S., ending in VER. Stoneham, Massachusetts. Nope, there's a city in Massachusetts, but not Stoneham. The one I'm looking for, Grover or Grover? No can do. Sorry, Debbie. I'm looking for cities with ing endings. BORO, Borough cities, Port City, 2 more. And now I'm looking for BURG, Berg. Tell me cities ending in Berg. Pennsylvania, Florida, Texas, Virginia, and Illinois. Denver just came in. Denver, Colorado, the largest VER city in America. In Colorado, absolutely. Hanover, New Hampshire. New Hanover, VER. Hanover, New Hampshire. Don't have it. Let's see what we got. Hanover, New Hampshire, home of Dartmouth College. Pittsburgh, yes, largest bird city. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Harrisburg, not in the top 5 in size. Denver, we have Hattiesburg, not in the top 5 in size. Definitely a city. Still looking for VER cities, Washington State, Massachusetts, Alabama. Berg cities in Florida, Texas, Virginia, and Illinois. ING cities in Texas, Pennsylvania, and Michigan. Borough, BORO, Borough in North Carolina, Oregon, Kentucky. Looking for all kinds of cities. Ham City in Massachusetts, ending in a PORT, ending in Port, Iowa, and Tennessee. Let's see. The last guess I have is Hattiesburg from Brittany. Reading just came in. Reading, yes. Reading, I'll give it to you. Well, Reading came in already, sorry, but I'm going to give you Reading, 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 Pennsylvania, number 4 city. St. Petersburg, yes, number 2 city in America, ending in BURG. Gettysburg didn't make the list. It's not big enough. Williamsburg, not big enough. Petersburg, we've got St. Petersburg. Well done there, you guys. Still looking for VER cities, Washington, Massachusetts, Alabama. In Massachusetts, ending in the word ham, Framington, Framingham, Framington, Massachusetts, 71,000. Ending in port, ending in the word port, we have Davenport, Iowa, and Kingsport, Tennessee. Looking for ING cities, Irving, Texas, 236,000. That's the largest. Wyoming, Michigan, 75,000. Largest, 5th largest there. Framingham, not Framingham. It's Framingham, Massachusetts, according to this quiz. That's all I can tell you. I'm reading it off of here. Hope it's not wrong. Borough, BORO, the number 1 city in America, ending in BORO. Greensboro, North Carolina, 285,000 people. 3rd largest is Hillsboro, Oregon, 102,000. And Owensboro, Kentucky, 59,000 people. Let's go. Schaumburg just came in. That's the number 5 largest city in America, ending in Berg. Captain Stable. Oh, I guessed Farmington before. That's why. Okay, if I missed it, I apologize. Greensboro, we just got. Murfreesboro, we have. Looking for Berg cities, 1 in Texas, 1 in Virginia. Looking for VER, ending in Ver, Washington, Massachusetts, and Alabama. We've got Greensboro, Murfreesboro. Okay, here we go. Vancouver, Washington, 172,000 people. Fall River, Massachusetts, 88,700. Hoover, Alabama, 84,000 people. Ending in Berg, we have Edinburgh, Texas, 84,400, and Lynchburg, Virginia, at 79,000. And those are the cities ending in different endings on this show, on this quiz, on our trivia. We are done. All our trivia tonight. And you've all done incredibly well, as you always do. And I thank you for participating. There's still 25 of you hanging in here. Unbelievable. An hour and 40 into the show, and you're still in here. It's unbelievable how some of you hang around. I love you. Thank you so much for being here with me. I so appreciate it. I hope you have a great week. Keep an eye on my channel for any new updates as we do new videos every day or two. I'll keep them coming. Thank you for that super chat, whoever that was, for the super chat. That was awesome sauce. Thank you very, very much. As I am looking here, sorry, just go through here. Where would that be? I'm not even sure anymore if that is showing on my show here anywhere. But thank you again for all of you being here today, all of your support to the channel. I very much appreciate it. All right, well, there you have it, guys. Have yourselves a great week. Again, thanks for being here. And if you become a sponsor member, I'd love to have you join us for that. Consider joining us on our group cruise. Love to have you join us for that. And thanks for thumbs ups for this show also. Thank you for that on any of my videos. All right. Linda sends hello from Virginia. Got any good ideas on how to get a good price on an airfare business class? I'm told if you go to the channel Kara and Nate, K-A-R-A, and Nate, N-A-T-E. They have their own software system set up for cheap airfares, business class and regular. 30-day free trial for their system. Check them out. Kara and Nate. Tell them that Bruce from Traveling with Bruce sent you over there. He's a YouTuber with only 38,000 subscribers. They have 1.1 million. Tell them I sent you, and maybe they'll give me a shout out. Would that be something else? They have a fantastic channel. Kara and Nate. Linda, go check them out. Thank you, Captain Stable, Gaming Tech, Cindy Whitehair. Thank you for being here. Susan R., Troy H., Masters Game, Bob Fan, Scott Calvin, thank you. Thank you again for this fantastic donation to the channel that came in today on Super Chat. I don't get those very often anymore. I appreciate that very much. Guys, have yourselves a great evening, a great week. We'll talk to you next Monday at 7 o'clock on the sponsor membership show, exclusive to sponsor members from 7 until about 8 o'clock, and then 8 o'clock on TWB. Join me next week for more cruise ship news and trivia. We'll have some more fun then. All right. This is Bruce from Creston saying stay warm, stay healthy, stay happy. What was the other one I like to say? Stay warm, stay healthy, stay happy. And have a great cruise out there if you're going on a cruise in the near term. And thanks for being here. I appreciate all of your support. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'm tired. I gotta pack it in. We'll talk to you next week. Bye for now.